Hello, my name is Charles, Professor Charles Orby, a co-founder and Chief Operations Officer for Cyber Training Group International Corporation. Beginning on Monday, 17th of August, we'll be delivering webinars on the role of cybersecurity in the age of artificial intelligence. You don't want to miss it. Join us.
Hello, families in Houston, Texas. The Learning Institute for Excellence is providing SAT prep and college preparation for children. We want to help as many children as possible to get into top universities, ideally on full scholarships. So let's talk about it. Join us in Katy, Texas. More information coming soon. Have a blessed day. The link is in the description.
Good day, good day, good day. Another week, another Wednesday. It is Startup and Innovators on the Atlanta Discuss channel. What do? We bring up startup and innovators. Sometimes they're just startups, sometimes they're just innovators, but sometimes they're both. This gentleman I have with me today is a startup and an innovator. Well, he's not a yesterday kind of startup, but he started from somewhere and he's doing very, 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 very well. And he's clearly an innovator because he's carving a niche in an already established market. You understand? Yes, the market is established, but as his innovators, we can do it this way, we can do it that way. And that's what we do. That's the gospel we preach, celebrating Nigerians, African Ghanaians, who, whether in the diaspora or anywhere in the world, are doing things very well, better than the others, making a very good effort. In some cases, they might not even be where they're supposed to be, but they are carving a niche. You can see, they say the money tells the day. That is why today I have my friend and brother, Kelvin Okolieaboh is our guest. Kelvin, how are you doing today?
Very good, very, very good. Thank you very much for having me.
We are delighted. I mean, you come highly recommended because of all the things you do. Kelvin is a graduate of petroleum engineering from University of Port Harcourt, and he also has a master's in subsea engineering from Cranfield University. So you can see where we're coming from, that kind of niche, He has a lot to offer: the engineering market, the petroleum market, the construction market, the IT market, you understand, the project management market. So what he's going to tell us is how he's doing it, what he has done, what he's about to do, and where he's scaling to. Clearly an ambitious guy. So let's do it this way. Kelvin, how did you end up studying petroleum engineering? Where did you go to secondary school? Was that what you really wanted to study? Or you was like most of us, Daddy said, go do this, go do that. Talk to us. What's up? Tell us about yourself.
Thank you very much once again. My name is Kelvin Okolieaboh. I'm a graduate of Petroleum and Natural Gas Engineering from the University of Port Harcourt. I also have a master's degree in offshore and ocean technology with subsea engineering. Yeah, so I studied my master's in Cranfield University in the United Kingdoms. And so basically, you're asking what pushed me into petroleum. So, growing up, we're looking out for what we'll study. And at the time, I believe I was so good with mathematics. And, looking at the curriculum back then, if you're good in mathematics, definitely you will end up being an engineer or you end up being, a mathematician. So the path was very clear for me because I love chemistry and I love mathematics. So that was part of the things that, led me into petroleum engineering. I also have an elder brother who has really, I saw his path. He's very deep into the oil and gas industry, Henry Okolieaboh. Yeah, so he also, guided me and mentored me into the oil and gas, towards the oil and gas, the mindset. So that's how I started up as a petroleum, in the petroleum, the petroleum space. So I went to University of Port Harcourt. I studied, I spent about 5 to 6 years. After that, I did my NYSC and also still a mentor. And he pushed me into doing subsea engineering in Cranfield because he also attended Cranfield as well. So he pushed me into going to Cranfield and he sponsored me in Cranfield. So as at 20, I started my master's journey in 2014, and by 2015, yeah, everything was completed. So after the master's, we came into the industry. I spent about 7 to 8 years in the oil and gas space. I worked as a field engineer. I worked as a petroleum engineer. Here in the US. I worked in about 6 to 7 different states. I worked in West Texas. I worked in Louisiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Yeah, so I'm a field guy. So I worked in the field for a very long time. Did the mechanical engineering thing, the drilling engineering thing. So what brought me into the tech? So actually, what really brought me into the tech was, you know, having worked in the oil and gas industry where we had a lot of equipment in the field. So I saw that there's a lot of data that is being generated. So at the time, that's 2018, 2019. So there is a demand for, analyzing that data, using that data to derive intelligence. So when I saw the volume of the data that was coming out, and I saw that, little information is being coming out from the data. So that's when I began to tilt towards the data engineering and the data analytic side. So long story short, 4 or 5 years later, this is where I am owning my own company, DPAnalytics Solutions. So let's see how part of the conversation goes. But the data experience has been very, very good. So this is how I know I moved from from the oil and gas, to the data analytics side. But basically, when I switched, not that I switched completely. So what I'm doing is that the domain knowledge is there. So, but I'm using the data, to provide business intelligence, to stakeholders, to project managers, to engineers, and so on. Yeah.
Interesting. Normally, most of our guests, we have a hub, we have a small hub of our past guests. What's up, go? We add everybody. You'll be a member of Rap Group. I'm saying that because I think 2 or 3 guests ago was a data analytics guy, Talk Shokweju. I don't know if you know him. He's,
Okay.
yeah, you guys went, of course, to different schools, but his
Mhm.
background is almost like yours. He did Ali Burton, worked in different states. I was
Yeah.
even asking him about fracking when he was talking about Pennsylvania and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, if we have time, we'll go into that, but Tokes did a lot of justice on that. Now, your company, DP Analytics, what's it really about? Tell me, what do you guys do there?
So, DP Analytics is a software engineering company.
Okay.
Um, so we focus mainly on digital transformation and business intelligence services. The domain or the industry that we are paying so much attention is the oil and gas and the construction industry. So for the oil and gas industry, we first of all we build a solution, especially we build a solution for the marine operations. So when we build that solution, the solution is called the BONES ERP. It stands for Vessel Barge Operation Network and Global Solutions. So when we built that solution, we noticed that the solution gained, some traction. So we modified and tailored the solution to be able to accommodate other midstream assets like the refineries, and also, modified it as well to be able to manage, the land rigs, the semi-submersible rig, and other different assets. Yeah, so that's the solution that we built for the oil and gas industry. But within the last 3 years, we focus, we put in a lot of attention in the construction side. So why did we put attention in the construction side? So we realized that there is a lot of manual processes that is being utilized in the in construction project management, to be specific. And I'll tailor this discussion to the real estate construction.
Okay.
So when you look at the real estate construction, we did a very serious research before we began our journey. What we did was that we engaged over 52 real estate stakeholders that comprises of the developers, the investors, architects, project managers, civil engineers, construction firms across the United States, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and the major key pain points that consistently emerge are fragmented system and uncoordinated processes. Another problem that they face is the inability to track cost expenditure in real time. Another problem, the problem is enormous, but what I did, and my team and I, what we did was, we just came up and, out of the 15 problems that was being identified, we took about 6 of them and began to find out how we can solve all those problems. So I just mentioned 2. The third one is inventory accountability challenges. The fourth one is, which is very important, especially for those, in the African side, like Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, data governance and access control challenges. So this is because most of them, they're using spreadsheets, they're using Drive. So the security is not, it's not as strong as when you are using a structured solution. Another problem is document management system. And the last one is the poor data visualization and reporting. So these are some of the 6 problems that I've highlighted. Like I said, it's more than 15 of them. So there's no, for the sake of time, we can't list all of them, but these 6. So what we did was after engaging all the stakeholders that we talked about, so we began to develop this solution. So it took us about 2 years for us to, successfully come up with this solution. So this solution is called PBM. PBM stands for Personal Build Manager. And at the moment, we have some couple of clients here in Houston. We have some couple that we are onboarding in Nigeria. We've also signed up a partnership with a construction company in Kenya, and also we're also moving towards the Ghanaian region. So basically, this is where we are with respect to the products that we are building.
Interesting. Let's talk about some of the problem PBM solves, because when you were talking, I was just taking some notes. And I like when you said that a lot of construction, they overshoot budget. So cost overruns are one of the most persistent problem in construction, like you said. Industry studies consistently show a majority of large projects they usually run over budget. You've also alluded to that. So what specifically did you see going wrong on job site that made you believe the answer was real-time operational intelligence rather than better planning or better contract upfront? Over to you.
Yeah, so thank you for that question, because that's a very important point that you just raised there. Projects differs. And so let's say, for instance, you can come to the US here and you'll see a construction firm. They are carrying on about 20 to 25 different projects at the same time. Now you come to a place like Nigeria, like the top developers, you see them, going 15 and above. Then the small, medium enterprise developers, you see them maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8. And the smaller ones, you see them between 1 and 5. So to answer your question it depends on the number of people that are managing the project. And what we've seen is that when you see a smaller team of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this is where this problem is predominant. Remember, there are other solutions that are already in the market.
I know.
But one of the biggest challenges is that the cost of this solution is high, is enormous. So when you are building and you have properties that is ranging from, let's say, from 10, 15, 20. So when you are handling such, such projects, it's understandable that you can use, such software. But when you're managing 1, 2, 3, 4, so the cost of the software becomes a problem. So this is where we come in to, to take care of the small medium enterprise companies. So with respect to that, and there are a lot of, there's a lot of drawback, the rejection. And we have also realized that part of the rejection is because of so many features that, redundant features that, that you don't need. So everything is being, bombarded into the application. So what we've done on our own end is to try as much as possible to, take away what the users don't need. So going back to your question, so for us, we just realized that the key thing that the users need is project visibility. Whatever they're doing, whatever data they are putting into the system, our system should be able in real time, be able to output, various analytics for them to see exactly, the phases, the milestones, like you said, the cost overruns. They need to be able to see the risks. They need to be able to see, how much they are spending. You need to also see, the inventory usage.
So it's more of a prevention is better than cure kind of thing.
Absolutely. So these are some of the things that, that we've incorporated into our system to make sure that, the cost overrun, you can detect it before it happens. And also we have a lot of notification systems, that gives you quick alerts, all those things that a manual system or a manual approach cannot do. So these are some of the things that we have done so far.
Beyond PBM's core functions and modules lies the platform's ultimate command engine. Welcome to PBM Analytics and Performance Insights, the control center that transforms multi-project chaos into absolute operational intelligence. Instantly activate Inventory Intelligence. PBM pulls data directly from across your ecosystem, allowing you to cross-analyze overall project budgets against live expenditures in real time. Deploy Execution Intelligence. Gain an unfilterable view of progress timelines across 12 distinct build phases. Track completed and delayed milestones instantly to hold contractors accountable. Enforce Total Cost Intelligence. Stop looking backward, isolate budget overruns and variances the minute they happen on site.
Unlock 100% project visibility. Explore PBM intelligence for real estate developers at personalbuildmanager.com.
All right, so let's look at on building in Houston construction markets, So, I know you're in Houston, and one of the most active construction market in America today is Houston. Everywhere you go, there's ongoing construction and all that, spanning energy, industrial, commercial, real estate. So how has building PDM specifically for or alongside the market shape the platform, with the ongoing construction, with how busy things are, So did the massive construction going in Houston, did it help your business in any way?
Absolutely. It does. And, knowing fully well that, so we did our SWOT analysis.
Okay.
And during our SWOT analysis, one thing that you have to make sure it's prevalent is opportunities. Are the opportunities there? So the answer is yes, the opportunities are there. Yeah, so like you rightly said, there are a lot of construction projects that are going on in Houston. So what we did is one of the biggest our biggest selling points is when we pitch our product to some investors. they key in immediately because they see the problem that the software is solving. Yeah, so we've been able to, partner with some investors, some lenders, that are lending in money to all this, to all the developers, the construction firm. So what they do is that, so part of what they do is that, when they come in, they pitch the developers can pitch in what's the building all their ideas to the lenders, and the lenders in the other way. So what they do is that they also pitch PBM to them and let them know that, okay, this is an excellent project management software that can help you based on case study, based on everything that we know, that this software can help you to reduce your cost overrun from at least from 7 to 15% when properly utilized. So these are some of the things that we are currently doing with respect to the opportunities that are in Houston. So yes, we are absolutely grabbing some of these opportunities because we are onboarding a lot of the developers, and also we have set up a lot of developers also on a pilot, and the pilot is going well. And one last thing I want to tell you on this particular question is that when we set up people on a pilot, our pilot is within 3 to 4 weeks. They come back to us in less than 7 to 10 days. They tell us, okay, we need to get started. So this has been our experience in the last in the last months. Yeah.
Interesting. So, let's talk about on what project control really means. Not most of the people watching this, some I'm sure will be potential clients because most of the people that watch just look at what innovation is there, what we're really selling and all that, or what the guest is propagating. So when you talk about improving project control, right? Are we talking primarily about cost, schedule, safety, labor productivity, or all of the above? Now, walk us through what the construction team actually sees and does differently once they're using your product, that's the PBM, versus how they operated before without the PBM.
Okay.
Mhm.
So when we talk about project control just simply means to us, it simply means the new shifts in how we build. A lot of people have been building, a lot of companies, they're using the hybrid system. So when I mean hybrid, a little bit of manual, a little bit of a structured system, and you can come in and see a lot of them having about 5, 6, 7, softwares. So when I mean softwares, definitely I'm going to classify WhatsApp, as a tool as well, right? So you can see them, they're using WhatsApp, they're using email, they're using spreadsheets. They have an inventory management solution. They have a scheduling solution. They have another project management. So at the end of the day, you see that they have over 6 to 7, maybe like 4, 5, 6, 7 solutions simultaneously using it. And it is very, very, very hectic, when you are managing a project in that direction. So what we've done is, for you to be able to manage and control your projects, you have to have everything connected in one system. That is the first step.
Okay.
Remember, from our experience, from all the demos, all the presentations that we're doing, my personal experience is that the developers that has over 20 years, over 15 to 20 years of experience, everything that they have, they know everything is in their head. There's no doubt about it. Very experienced. But one thing that I keep telling them is, if you have a successor, what is the manual that your successor is going to use? If everything is in your head, if everything is on your notebook, right? So how will your successor be able to, the project continuity? So to continue to answer that question about project control, so what we decided to do is to let them to understand that project control is all about detecting cost overrun early before financial risk escalates. If you don't detect your cost overrun early, you are not controlling your projects.
That's
And
why I
also,
said, that's why I said earlier on that what you're doing is more prevention is better than cure.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
All right, go ahead.
absolutely. And again, if whatever solution you're using or whatever process that you're using, you are not gaining real-time construction intelligence through centralized reporting and analytics, you are not controlling your projects. Many people control their project based on assumption, not data. And this is one of the biggest challenges that we have, we've observed. Another thing again is on project control is your inventory management is one fundamental, one of the biggest fundamental, framework in your construction projects. Why did I say inventory or your building material? Because if you look at your building material, it constitutes a large percentage of your project budgets. Now, if you don't have a good inventory management system, that tells you, let's say, for instance, there's a use case of a client. He has one warehouse. This client is in Abuja. He has one warehouse and he has about 4 to 5 different project sites. The problem is that when they have about 1,000 or 1,200 bags of cement, let's say he allocates, 200 bags to project A, allocates another 400 bags to project B, 300 to project C, 400 to project D. So you see, as the project is scaling, they can't keep control of what is going on. So all this chaos, right? All this chaos are some of the things that we have solved. So when we talk about project control, like you rightly said, project control, it encompasses of all the fundamentals, all the execution processes that you are using, that you are, actually following in your real estate construction. So there are a lot of things that is being, that is being attached to the project control. But one last thing I would say is that if you can detect cost overrun early before the financial risk escalates, you are not controlling your project. So that is one of the key things that PBM is solving. And another thing again is that with PBM as a project control software, you can strengthen execution accountability across your team, contractors, and stakeholders. The most important thing is, like I told one developer lady, one of her biggest challenges is cybersecurity and access control. And I told her that if you don't have control over your projects, you are not controlling your project. So these are some of the things that I know there are a lot of things that has to do with project control, but these are of time. Yeah, this is some of the things that I can just pinpoint at the moment.
All right, fair enough. So let me give you a 3-in-1 question. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, number one, has it been financially rewarding? 1, 2, what is the cost of the PBM? For example, somebody is a project manager or a construction company want to patronize you, how much does it cost? I know that it varies. Maybe it comes in grades, shades, and that kind of thing. So how do you do that? Then if we know how much it costs, then people can get to. Of course, your details will be in the chat box for people that want to reach out to your website and all that. So has it been financially rewarding? What's the cost implication to it? And what are the major obstacles? So that's a third one. What are the major obstacles you have encountered or been encountering in this line of your software PBM?
Okay. Okay, so the first question is, has it been financially rewarding? So for me, it's a passion. It's what I want to do.
Okay.
Financial rewards, there's no way you can build a solution and start, because we have our projections. So our projection is that there's a total number of clients that we'll have, and in hopefully within our second to third year, we'll start getting, we'll start recovering all the money, most of the money that we have spent. But for now, we are still, we're still, we're still in our early stage.
Early stage, okay.
But is it financial rewarding? Yes, it's going to be financial rewarding. But currently, at the moment, no, because we haven't gotten, we haven't onboarded, the number of clients that we need to onboard.
But it has been encouraging, right? The response.
Absolutely encouraging. Absolutely encouraging.
That's good.
So, yes. So the cost of PBM. So the cost of PBM, it varies. Why does it vary? Because, like I said, projects differs. So there's somebody you can see, he might be building a duplex, right? And that duplex is just one project. And there's somebody that you see will be building one project, and that one project might be 10 to 12-story buildings. So you see the project differs. Yeah, but for the so we have two different plans on the PBM. We have the business plan and we have the enterprise plan. So the business plan starts from $89. $89 on a monthly. Then the enterprise, it depends on your project. So we can come in and discuss, okay, how many projects do you have? We're going to see the data volume, the data migration, are there customization that needs to be made? Yeah, so but it's when it comes to the costing, the pricing of PBM, we've done a lot of due diligence and make sure that our software is at least beyond, I can say that our software is 30 to 40% cheaper than most software in our own age brackets. Yes. Okay. Yeah. The last question, the obstacle that have been encountered. Yeah. So for the obstacle, so a software that has been in the market for less than a year, although we have gotten a lot of traction, we've gotten a lot of clients that have onboarded our system. If I would say obstacle is just the acceptance, the acceptance of leaving the manual process and coming into the digitized process. So this is one of the biggest obstacles that we are facing, the resistance. So what we are doing in this juncture is to make sure that there is a lot of product awareness, product education. So we have hosted we've hosted two different webinars within the last 90 days. The recent webinar that we hosted, we have one of the mayors in the city of Houston. So he was, in the webinar, Mayor Kit Bell, and he talked about, the software, talk about, what the software is, part of the things that the software is solving. Another thing again that we're using to combat this obstacle is we are coming up with training, and this training is called Fundamentals of Digital Transformation and Business Intelligence in Real Estate Construction. The training is coming up on the 28th of August. It's going to be a 4-week training, and the training has 3 different tiers. Tier 1 is for job seekers, recent graduates, undergraduate interns. So we're doing it, for them to be aware, because the world that we are living today, a lot of them have, the book knowledge, a lot of them have, some experience, but they don't have.
I can relate, don't worry.
They don't have the digital experience. And when we're meeting with all these clients, part of the things is that these clients, they need people that knows how to use this software. So this is part of the reason why we brought up the training initiative. So the registration for the training is still ongoing.
Is it free?
So if you want to get more information about the registration, you go to personalbuildmanager.com/training. You will see every information that pertains to the training. So this is one of the ways that we are, combating the obstacles that we face.
Interesting. I said the training is free, right?
So the training, so we've done the free version of the training previously. Yes, so this one is a paid version because we are giving them our software. So we're giving them our software. We're also giving them the data. So it's going to be very practical. So the cost of this training is $250. That's the cost of the training for 4 weeks. So what we're doing is every week we spend 6 hours. We spend 6 hours. Yes. So the total hours is over 30 hours. It's something that it's worth it. And we are very confident that when the job seekers, recent graduate, they come in, we educate them, we mentor them, we guide them when they are going out, for interviews, and definitely they're going to get a job. And the job that they get in their first paying months, even the first 1 to 2 weeks, they already covered what they already spent. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, time is never our friend, but I have to ask you this. What's the next big thing for you after PMB? I'm sure you're cooking something. The way I see you, I'm sure you're cooking something. What's the next big
So
That's my
the
last.
next
Mhm.
the next big thing I'll keep it for the next interview that we'll have. So during the next interview, I will reveal it.
Oh
But we
God, oh God, oh
have
God. Okay,
something
fair
big.
enough.
Have something big. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Kelvin Okolieaboh. Thank you for talking to us. Yeah, you've all listened to him. Yes, he's a startup, he's an innovator, he's carving a niche for himself. Well, the innovation is not new, but yeah, he has redirected it. He's making it cheaper, he's making it accessible, and he's ready to teach people how to use it. Now, if you're even using it, it's also training, or he has trained, and he's also about to train a pool of young, dynamic, graduates, undergrads, interns on how to use it. This is made in America, Nigeria, Africa. It's going to Nairobi, Mombasa in Kenya. It's going to Uganda. It's going to Ghana. So those are the kind of things we like. We like to celebrate hard work. We like to celebrate innovation. We like to celebrate startup. It's tough, I know, and I know failure, because you are failed in it, doesn't mean we will not showcase you. Because most of the great men today, I mean, I was reading one of the toughest, what's his name again? I can't remember, one of the top scientists. He failed over 99 times. I can imagine when you fail 3 times, you just give up. I failed 99 times and he got there. So that's all like that. But you're doing very well already. And I know that you are cooking something which I refuse to tell us, more fully at the next. Every information you need about it would definitely be in the chat box for the training, the company, their address, and their website and what have you. And the rest will be history when you patronize them. So, Kelvin, thank you once again for coming, and we look forward to having you again on Startup and Innovators. You understand? And of course, we want more like you. If you have friends that you think are carving the right thing, let me know. I'm always ready to showcase the best of Africa, the best of America, and the best of Black people to the world, especially if they're of Nigeria origin. We are not just fraudulent people. We do a lot of very good things. I always say 7 out of 10 Black doctors in the United States are of Nigerian origin. That's a lot. 1 out of every 4 sub-Saharan African is a Nigerian. 1 out of every 6 Black person in the entire planet is a Nigerian. So you go to graduation in Harvard, Yale, Morehouse, Princeton, even go to Georgia in Europe, Belarusia, Latvia, Nigeria. So gradually, the diaspora contingent will go back home and fix it. We are doing it. We are trying. We might be slow, but we'll get there one day. So, Calvin, once again, thank you. To all our viewers, see you next week. Bye.
My pleasure.
In today's high-stakes operating environments, reliance on manual workflows and disconnected legacy systems creates critical visibility gaps. These inefficiencies not only inflate operational costs, but also force leadership to operate reactively, jeopardizing performance, compliance, and profitability. Across sectors like oil and gas, marine, shipping and logistics, and engineering, siloed systems contribute to strategic blind spots and prevent data-driven execution. Across the energy and maritime sectors, industry leaders are accelerating toward intelligent digital transformation. At the forefront of this evolution is DPAnalytics LLC and Cybersys Technology Limited. Bong's ERP is a cloud-native, AI-ready solution engineered from real-world oil field and marine operations, including the DLB Kenena vessel. It is redefining how organizations manage assets, inventory, procurement, and compliance end-to-end. Whether it's asset management, end-to-end inventory oversight, or the full procurement pipeline, Bong's ERP integrates every stage into a single, intelligent platform. From raw operational data to executive-level insights, decision-makers gain clarity, speed, and control exactly when it matters most. At the heart of Bong's ERP is a powerful data processing engine. Our fully automated, secure, and cost-efficient cloud architecture unifies data from various sources, such as APIs, databases, IoT sensors, and files, funneling them into the Data Lake Storage Gen 2 for centralized ingestion. Data transformation progresses through bronze, silver, and gold layers via the Data Factory pipelines. This pipeline feeds clean data into our business intelligence engine, Power BI, and Tableau for custom dashboards creation and delivering real-time insights for various stakeholders. This scalable pipeline eliminates the chaos of spreadsheets and legacy systems, replacing them with intelligence, visibility, and controls. Turning complexity into clarity, we engineer software, data, and intelligence to power the world's most resilient enterprises. For more information on custom software development, cloud deployment, or advanced business intelligence reporting, reach out to us at info@DPAnalyticsSolution.com or visit www.DPAnalyticsSolution.com.